The teddy had been in the shop window for a week now. I had pestered my mum about it every day. Too much money, she said, but it really was special. It had sky blue eyes and a cherry red nose. But what made it different were its gold-rimmed glasses. I'd never seen a teddy wear glasses before. My dad said, "They're just for show. Teddy doesn't need to wear glasses. He's just a poser, that's all he is. He's just a bit of a show-off, that's all he is. You sure you still want him?" I'm sure. But look at that hat." Yes, Teddy had a hat. A small beige trilby. "It looks ridiculous, look." In those days, not many teddies wore hats. "It's another affectation," said Dad. Mum pooh-poohed him too. He was too pretentious. He wasn't their idea of a teddy bear. Whoever saw a teddy with a trilby, it was just ridiculous. "But he's different. He's different," I pleaded. "He's not very cuddly. He's the least cuddly teddy I've ever seen," said Mum. Dad said, "And he's cross-eyed. If you look really closely at him, you'll see he's cross-eyed." He's not. It's clear to me now they didn't want to buy him at all. It's true, he was very pricey indeed. But finally, Dad said, "Maybe next week, maybe next Friday when I get paid, we might buy him then." Well, next Friday came and Dad was late home. Always later on Fridays, he came home at 8, 2 hours later than the other days. Every Friday was the same. He'd stop off for drinks with his mates after work. Mum let me stay up. It got way past my bedtime. We waited and waited. Still no sign of Dad. "He will bring Teddy, won't he?" "Of course he will." "Are you sure?" "He's already bought him. Dad phoned me at lunchtime to say he'd bought him." "Wow, that's terrific." "You'll see Teddy tomorrow. So be a good girl, eh? And go to bed now." So I did go to bed, but I found I couldn't sleep. It took me ages to drop off. I was woken by the sound of angry shouting from downstairs. The walls were paper thin. I could hear every word. "What do you mean you left him on the bus? What in hell are we going to tell her now? I've already told her that you're bringing him home tonight. Look, I'm sorry. I just fell asleep on the bus and I woke up at my stop and I dashed off the bus. Without him, that's terrific. He'll turn up, I'm sure. I'll call lost property first thing, all right?" "And you're drunk again, aren't you?" "Give me a break. I was at Johnny's leaving party and the whole thing dragged on. If we don't find the teddy, I'll just buy another. Just buy another, not the end of the world. Look, he's not unique, is he? He's not bloody unique. Anyone would think I'd lost the crown bloody jewels." The next day, I said nothing. I just kept very quiet. I pretended I didn't know Teddy was lost. "Change of plan," said Mum. "Dad's going to bring him home today." "Oh, something happened. He couldn't bring him home last night." "Will it be the same Teddy? The one in the window?" "Of course it will. Of course it will." It wasn't the same Teddy. It wasn't my Teddy. This new Teddy was bland, like 1,000 others. It had a stupid half smile on its face and hardly any chin, a chinless wonder. Oh, and its clothes were boring, no flair or panache. "You'll get used to him." "Can't I have the other Teddy, Mum?" I'm sorry, love. The other teddy got sold. Sold to Japan. To Japan? A Japanese lady bought him. There were only 2 of them made, and well, she bought them both. An old man made the teddies, well, just as a hobby. He only made 2, and then the poor man died. I don't like this new teddy. Now, go on now, miss. You be grateful. There are some girls who have no teddies, no toys at all, said Dad. And he can sing, said Mum. You haven't heard him yet, have you? How about that? A teddy bear that can sing. Sure enough, he did sing. The teddy bear's picnic over and over and over again. Hasn't he got a nice voice? Such a nice voice, isn't it? Not every teddy can sing like that. Not every teddy wants to sing like that, thank you very much. And when he sang, he looked so smug. Oh yes, he really fancied himself as a bit of a singer. He really thought he was the bee's knees. But after 2 days, his voice started to sort of crackle. Just sort of started to, well, stop and start, break up, like he had a sore throat or something. I almost felt sorry for him. Things went downhill fast. He lost all sense of rhythm. On the 3rd day, he sounded like nothing on earth. Of course, I pretended to be very, very upset. I started sobbing in my room, knowing they could hear me. What's the matter? What on earth's the matter? They said. My teddy can't sing. He can't sing anymore. Oh yes, I nearly had them in tears too. A fine performance. Yes. Looking back, it was my first step towards becoming an actress. A pivotal point in me choosing a career. I'm taking him back. Dad was very annoyed. Tomorrow he's going back to the shop. He was very, very expensive. And how does he sing? Like a constipated Bing Crosby. Mum told me, years later, she thought that losing first Teddy had made Dad feel so guilty he'd cut back on the drink. She claimed he never came home drunk again. The truth is, some nights he never came home at all. Even so, she convinced herself that losing that Teddy saved her marriage. Or something like that. Sounded like a load of old rubbish to me, but Dad continued to drink beer till it came out of his ears. Still, they both seemed happy. Well, most of the time. Like most couples, they had lots of ups and downs, but they did love each other. I'm certain of that. They stayed together through thick and through thin. I persuaded them both I didn't want any more teddies, buying me a doll's house instead. I played with this for hours on end. Later on, I played Nora in Ibsen's Doll's House. Sometimes I still dream of Teddy, wondering if he's still living in Japan. In one of these dreams, he's here. I found him, not in Japan, but in a charity shop. In this dream, he has a bleary eye. Time has not been kind to him. He's got a wonky leg, dodgy arm. His trilby is very battered, quite dirty as well. And his gold-rimmed glasses are lopsided now. The nosepiece is held together with tape. But he still wears his trilby at a rakish angle, and he still has that twinkle in his eye. He looks like a rather eccentric professor. A bit like my husband, really.